How y'all doing today? I actually did a video yesterday about something I called the amp, and I didn't realize it then, but what I was really talking about in totality is I believe it's called the shim, um, or better known as the Merkaba, or the light body, the light ship. Um, so after that day, I made that video. I came into contact with 777, 888, and 999 hertz. And each part of those, on the other side of them, were beans, or not the other side, but on this side, were beans trying to stop me to get from getting to the other side. So of course, like I said on the other last video, I went through it still regardlessly. And on the other side were pieces of my Merkaba light body. So if you've seen the UFOs and how they look, it was basically like that, but it's all clear. It's like a crystal quartz type of look. And so at the same time when I was doing that, the other day I watched a video. I think his name is Stefan Burns, and he's talking about the Schumann resonance. He's like a scientist that talks about that in totality, or at least as much as he knows. And he pairs it along with consciousness of Earth and people and everything of that nature. And I actually commented on one of his pictures, or his videos a while ago, talking about how like something's gonna change in the Schumann resonance like here soon, and not even the next day, I believe, or maybe it was the next day after that. The Schumann resonance changed. Basically, the resonance of it increased to such a point where all the resonance on the lower end started culminating and coming together. And he even said it in there. That's quite anomalous, because usually the electrons, they stay in a wave pattern, i.e. harmony and resonance, for a little bit, and then eventually they separate out. And for some reason, it didn't do that this time. At the lower frequencies, around 0 to 8 hertz, I believe, they all became like a wave. And he said that's very anomalous. And I literally told him in the comments, I was like, yeah, that was, I told y'all, which I ain't gonna listen anyways. No one's really listening except the people that's on the wave. So, it's cool. But, so the Merkaba light body, is here now. And I even told somebody else in some other comments on Instagram, I'm usually intuiting stuff, like in the moment. So I was talking about how, like, if you're asleep right now, your light body is asleep in the Schumann resonance. Actually sleep in there. And when stuff happens, it awakens or sparks up momentarily. But now we're at the point where whenever it sparks up and wakes up, it's creating a whole waveform, a whole wave thing. And then with that, I called back my light body, my light ship, and I told it to go to the 33. Because that's where I am on the waveform, on the hertz, 33 hertz. And so I called it back to me basically. And I had to change my temperature back to, heat. And I had to literally fucking, like, just reset my body back to accept it. Because, we all been in a state where we haven't been accepting our light body. And that's why the weather is a thing, because we all fluctuating so much, because we're not homeostasis, like, pretty much at all. That's why we have to eat food. That's why we have to drink water. So why we have to pretty much consume live chemicals, because our chemicals are dead, or that's the signal we're sending out to the universe. We're dead signals. So that's why you literally have to raise your vibration and all that, because if you don't, you'll constantly be addicted to eating live chemicals of others, which ultimately is going to lead to cannibalism. Because everything we're eating mostly is just dead chemicals. And people that know anything, that's why they become cannibals. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it definitely isn't something I want to do. So I had to change myself, and at the same time I was getting my light body and light ship at the same time. So it all came together and culminated at the same time. So like I was saying with the Schumann resonance, our light bodies are in the Schumann resonance sleep, and that itself is called the matrix. And once you rise up your resonance with your light body and you bring it back to your body and being your light ship and everything you see in the superhero movies, that will become possible, and much more. And if you've been training to this point, you've already pretty much realized how to use your powers and abilities. You just haven't been able to truly see it at the level that you want it to look like. But yeah, so I wanted to finish this video because it has to be known that those 3 hertz are most likely where everyone has set their light body ship at. And whenever we talk to certain entities in ourselves, we're most likely, or not even most likely, we're talking to our light body. We're talking to our light ship, and we're just externalizing that in a sense like, oh, I'm talking to God right now, but you're really talking to 777 part of your light ship. Oh, I'm talking to the Most High, but you're really talking to the 999 frequency hertz aspect of your light ship. Talking to 666, oh, I'm talking to the devil. You're dancing with the devil. No, you're talking to the bottom part of your ship, which is it's an amplifier of sound. So that's why all the artists, and mind you, I am intuitive in this moment right now. So that's why all the artists are like the way they are. And most of the ones that have the most clout or the attention put on them are always talking about, yeah, dancing with the devil, driving with the devil, running with the devil, made a deal with the devil, but I got blah, blah, blah. They're talking about the bottom amplification part of their light body, light ship. So I don't know how far it goes. I don't know how much they actually have connected with that. Like, but it feels like they might only be on the lower end. So they know how to keep people in lower vibratory states. But me, I'm going to be an artist. I am an artist, a musician that's going to be able to bring you to a meditative state in the now moment. And even in the past and in the future. But it's all going to be in the eternal now. So it's not really going to be the past, present, or future. It's just going to be your perception of it in that moment. So I had to learn all about the light body and light ship. And yeah, now it's connected. I have my sash back, my transcendental lasso of truth. That's the part of your Sushumna that's able to basically light up, basically able to power up the entire structure of it. Have the top, the cockpit, source field, all that. So now I'm just tuning myself, activating it properly, and just seeing how it's actually affecting the realm. Mostly in the Schumann resonance, you know, it's doing a little bit here and there to the people around me. They're noticing like, okay, he's activating, he's popping up, he's getting up. Hopefully he just forgives us and he just moves on and he doesn't send back reversal everything that happened to him, you know what I'm saying, in his own way. Hopefully he just moves on with his life. And yeah, so you gotta wake up and be Neo, you feel me? You gotta get your Trinity back. You gotta get your soul family, your soul clusters, your source cluster, your actual family. And I believe family is the formless, ethereal miracles, imagining imagining, what did I say, life? Imagining life yield. And YODH means traveling, time traveling. So that's really what your family is supposed to be. So that's why a lot of you out there, you have dreams with your family, but you're never really here in this earth. You're kind of like in different earths and realms. You're time traveling with them. But truth is, the family you're born into, if you're listening to this video and you're on this wave, most likely is not the true family. It's most likely you were put in that family to be the worst possible counterbalance to who you are as an entity, as a being, as a space. So you're most likely in the family that knows what you are, but they are paid or told to directly counteract that any chance they get via negativity, acting a certain type of way when the energy is going another, gaslighting, basically, you know, the narcissist shit. Even to the point where you'll get to the point where you're happy and they feel it and they're like, okay, let's be annoying, let's do this, let's do that, let's be loud, let's yell, let's slam stuff, let's do it all, you know? Of course, most of them don't constantly know they're doing that, so you can't really hold it against them. But some people know. Some people were met when you were young by shadowy figures, and they said, if you do this, that, and the third to this child, you'll never want for anything in life. And that's too much of a good offer to not take, you know, especially if you're living in squalor and you're not living in a good place. Yeah, you're definitely gonna go ahead and take that deal, because no one has value and morals nowadays. So it's all just animals with some sort of intelligence, but it's still fight or flight, taking control of the whole situation. They never really get to that third aspect of flow with the ethereals and stuff like that. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Doesn't matter no more, really. But yeah, people are, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the only one doing this. People are getting access to their light body, their light key, and they're going around their hometown and city and state and realizing how much of their self was just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Energetically, spiritually, mentally, all that. Parts of yourself via situations and circumstances where you thought, this is it. I finally found my people. I finally found my family. Not really knowing what that means yet, but you know, you feel the resonance. But it didn't end up being the family you thought they were. It ended up being just other agents that knew to come to you at this time and put you on a track of confusion. Either knowingly or unknowingly, who knows? But all that matters now is get your light body, get your light ship, get everything tuned, get everything activated, and reach out to the people that already are on the wave. Reach out to the people that's already doing it. Or not even reach out to them. Just allow, like I heard this one YouTuber, her name is Light. I heard this one YouTuber, she was talking about it today. She made this video a while ago, but she was talking about, I watched it today, and she said, basically send out your net. I sent out 3 for my relationships, for my my income, and for my power. So royal, residual, or resplendent, respectively. So I sent those nets out today, literally a couple minutes ago. And she was just basically saying, like, you always had the ability to have options, but you're just such a being that you wanted to finish out that which you are in the current moment. Like, that would be your living situation, you know what I'm saying, your job, relationship, so on and so forth. But the thing is, you don't have to do that no more, bro. You don't have to live it out no more. You don't have to keep perpetuating the dream scenario and situation. All you have to do is send out your net and make it so you have all the options in the world. You basically have omni options, omni opportunities. And all the people who's over here trying to learn from me that don't talk to me directly, you're not gonna be able to decipher what I'm talking about because you're not on the wave. So just stop, bro. Even if you get pieces and whatever, it's only gonna fuck you up in the long run. Because if you're not the being, if you're not the main character, then listen to the main character. You're just gonna end up thinking he don't know shit and let him go off on his own. When he does, that's when he does what he do. And the main character always gets the clue right when they're alone. You know what I'm saying? Or with the other main characters, when they're with the other main characters. And just for the people who think, oh, but they could stop me from doing what I want to do. Nah, they couldn't. It was just a belief and thought system that you had, that you've been resonating with for far too long. And the energies of the now have literally been here to let you know to let them go. Say it even smoother than that, you know? But yeah, so let those retarded ass ways of being go, and just take a step in, you know? Take a step in. Not really looking for the win, you know, because you already got it, you know? You already got it. Take a step in and look for the wisdom. The wisdom that's always there. And that type of wisdom that makes you live without a care, you know? I'm trying to rhyme, but I'm also just trying to really get the message out. But it wants to come out in a rhyme, so let me just say it now. But that's it for today, guys. I wanted to finish the video from yesterday. It wouldn't be really complete if I didn't put this part on there. So you guys stay blissed, balanced, whole, loving, truthful, wise, and keep moving upward and onward. And also, a beautiful thing I heard from the long deceased MF Doom: use the past as a stance to understand the present. And if you're wise enough, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all stay blessed out there. Peace.